Hey everyone, we've got a cracker of a game here for you today actually. It's going to be land bats, as in the, well it's more Hawlucha bats really. Hawlucha, Landorus, the whole Crobat line, versus Rayquaza. Now you think, well Rayquaza can just one hit KO everything, right? So it should be in its favour, even though, it only takes one prize a turn, it should still be. But, well, Hawlucha and Landorus can both have Focus Sash attached to them. And what Focus Sash means is that they can be hit down to be knocked out, but they'll survive with 10 HP. And this allows Hawluchas to get 2 hits into the Mega Rayquaza. And with some damage from the bat lines, you can often finish them off. So here, you see Adam going first, and I start a Shaman, which is a little unfortunate. I believe I only run one. And he gets Compressor, discards Egg. I think he might only discard that. I think he might discard an energy for the chance to Mega Turbo as well. No, discards a Juniper, which is a really cool thing about Battle Compressor. Like, sometimes just put in one, because you can discard a supporter turn 1 VS Seeker. It's like another supporter engine. You can also discard a Pokemon and revive it, things like that. Now he discards Altaria because it's not going to be useful in this matchup. The problem with that, I think, is that he may have to bench a Swablu for a KO, but thinking about it, he probably won't, because the highest HP thing in my whole deck is 180, so he just needs 6 Pokemon for that. I bench Hawlucha, and looks like I'm going for a repeat ball. I will say, and I don't mean to use this as an excuse, but this is my second ever game with the deck. I know the deck has been out since Phantom Forces, or something long, long time ago, and I've just never really played it. In fact, has it come out? It's been out since Furious Fists, probably. Oh no, the bats didn't come out till Phantom Forces. So yeah, I'm not 100% on all these plays. I'll probably make a lot of silly errors. But here I Stellar Guidance for Juniper. Now, unfortunately, putting Jirachi and Shaman down means he's got two EX knockouts that he can have at some point in the game with Lysanders, as in 4 free prizes. I tried to flash the cards to the camera there, but I think it was basically just supporters. I also had a 0-card Juniper, so we did the high five there. So I think it's kind of a nice little thing. Like shows a bit of camaraderie, bit of spirit of the game, really. That you can high five your opponent during their turn in a competitive card game, even at tournaments. A French player high fived me at the ECC this year, which was quite funny. It really relaxes you actually when you have things like that. Anyway, back to this game. Adam goes for a computer search here. I'm not exactly sure what he's going for. I assume it's DCE to get a KO on the Shaman. He's got 2 Pokemon down already on the bench, so that's 60. And I have no doubt he can get 2 more. He can already get Execute from the discard pile. And I don't have any of the bats down yet, so he doesn't have to worry too much about the eggs. I'm likely to replace the stadium as quickly as I am to get a bat. And he Junipers here, Mega Evolves the Ray, benches a Shaman to set up. He's still only hitting for 90. Oh, there we go. And there's the Bunnelby that I might have said in another video. If not, this is the first time I'm saying it. I've been running that since before US Nationals. I'm making that very clear. Okay, so... oh, wow. Oh, if it wasn't for that top deck N, I was in serious danger. I had 2 Juniper, I think, 3 VS Seeker, Lysander, and I can't remember the other card. But I top deck an N, so I can just end him straight away. This it's not looking great yet, but if I can get some Zubats out of this, I'm probably in okay shape. He can't one-hit kill the active Hawlucha, which is quite nice actually, with the Focus Sash. And if I actually get a Fighting Stadium here, I do 100, and then if he removes the Focus Sash by doing Emerald Break, I can hit for 120 if I attach a Muscle Band. So that's a really cool thing that Hawlucha can do, is essentially gets use of 2 tools throughout its life, but looks like I'm not doing that here. Looks like I don't have that Fighting Stadium. I got 2 bats down, which is great. And as you can see, I'm not even... I had a Landorus, I think, before, and I'm not even putting it down. Everything except the Bunnelby is fighting resistance. Oh, and he gets a Mime down. So the Mime can be pretty useful to stop, say, the bat snipe. Not the abilities from the bats, but the attacks. And it can stop the Landorus snipe as well. Though Landorus is probably not going to be as big in this matchup, because he does much less to the Rayquazas than Hawlucha. And he loses 2 prizes. So a Landorus would die, and then a Jirachi would die, which would lose me the game. So I'm not going for something like that. Looks like it has 6 things on his bench, but it's not spaced them out very well. It's now got 7. I think in a minute you'll see us going for the 2-tiered bench, which is probably the best way to do it. I'm not sure what he's going for with Ultra Ball here. I'm not sure if he really needs anything else except an attack this turn. He's got 1 egg in the discard pile. Okay, discard Swablu and Lysander. Lysander in the discard isn't too bad here because of all the VS Seekers. And he's already played a supporter this turn. And oh, it actually seems he's got no Pokemon left in the deck. So, I mean, I didn't really... I guess oh no, okay, he still has a Shaman down. Okay, that's not too big a deal then. But if I replace the Stadium, he might actually... well, he might be forced to put an egg down to... when he gets the Skyfield to kill a Landorus, but I don't have a Landorus out, so it's not a big deal. And I'm not sure I actually spot this at the time. I don't think I even go for the Landorus play. I think I can see, yeah, that the Rayquaza is killable due to the Golbat damage and the Muscle Man. And I believe all I need here is a Golbat or a Fighting Stadium, and then it knocks it out. Putting down an egg on his side to kill the Landorus wouldn't actually be that big a deal, because, as I said, then he'd just kill the Jirachi and win. So it's not really that big if I had noticed at the time that he had no Pokemon left. But of course he may have had them in his hand anyway. And okay, it looks like I draw 11 from the chorus, which is always nice. And it's given me every option under the sun, really. I just put the Fighting Stadium down. I think I want to spare where I put the bats. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, there's a little cute play I could do, which I actually forgot about and then spotted. Of course, these are testing games, so we allow each other to get away with things like that. So first, little play I can do is actually put another Zubat down to have a bench of 6, and then I can Fighting Stadium to replace the Skyfield and discard my own Jirachi in the process. In doing so, that takes 2 possible prizes off the board for him and makes the game actually a lot harder. I actually take the Hawlucha instead. I think that's okay. Probably, thinking about it now, should have gone for the bat. Do a little cheer there so I can discard the Jirachi. Not so I can, because I can. So now this attack will actually kill. I don't want to place the bat damage yet, but I might be forced to, in case he kills Zubats. Yeah, so I just placed it on the other Mega Rayquaza. It's probably the best target to place it on. Looks like I'm going maybe for even another Golbat. Yeah, so I discard, I believe that's a Landorus and even a Juniper. And the video's gone strangely slow here. I'm not really sure what just happened there, but yeah, it's going fast again. I think I'm struggling to use Vegas Pro too well, but yeah. So I've hit the Rayquaza with another 20 damage from the bat, and Adam seemed a bit unsure whether it KO'd there, but it does, so that's all good. And yeah, this is really the power of Hawlucha. Like he's actually, yeah, going into Shaman to Sky Return to kill it, and then probably going to put a non-EX active so that I have to take odd prizes. I think that's an okay play. The Rayquaza there's no point having the Rayquaza active just to take a big hit from another Hawlucha. As you can see, I've got strong NG on the bench one, 3 Golbats down. I mean, they can become Crobats and deal 90 damage. So that's a pretty big deal. And killing his last main attacker will just lose him the game, I think. So he finds Skyfield, plays it down, and then choruses, I believe, for 9. So actually quite a low chorus with Rayquaza. And just wait for him to shuffle. Yeah, so okay, draws 9. Not really sure if he's after much here. I think he just wants to set up, or, you know, get an energy for the Ray, or set up that other Dragon Ray so that it can attack as well. So he puts the Dragon Ray down. He has Megaphone in his hand, but of course there's no point using it yet. Yeah, so he just places Bunnelby active. I put Hawlucha active as it just has free retreat, so I can sort of put anything active that I choose. I believe I have Lysander in hand, and that might actually be the best thing to go for here, to drag up the Mega Ray, deal damage with the Hawlucha. I can deal 80 right now, and even with Bat in my hand, deal 30. So it would put it at 70 HP remaining, which is terribly low. I think that's what I do, but I'm a bit unsure of it for some reason. Sitting here now, I think I'd probably do that 100% of the time. But of course, killing the Bunnelby isn't actually too bad a play either. Okay, so I can see why I'm doing this. I'm putting the 30 damage on the Bunnelby, possibly putting another 30, maybe even with the Landorus, because I've seen how low his bench is, and how, you know, he's had to discard loads of Pokemon. So then I could put the 30, and the Landorus wouldn't necessarily die. I'm not sure if I really want to go that route, because the Landorus can still die. But I think maybe attacking with the Crobat is even viable. End myself to 4, and I get nothing that can legitimately do that. So I think I'm just going to retreat to another Hawlucha and pass, yeah. Not sure. I think the end there was just to lower his hand to 3. I didn't have another useful supporter except Juniper. So okay, attaches and okay, he got an egg off the prizes, I believe. Discards it with Juniper. He can start burrowing or rototillering if he wants to get maybe DCE back for the other Mega Rayquaza. Or maybe even some Pokemon, because that way he can fill his bench back up. And he's got an Execute in the discard. I think he's got 2 actually. Yeah, he's got 2. So he can just grab both of those to discard something with Ultra Ball. But I'm not sure if he actually has any. Oh, okay, I see. So he was counting the number of Pokemon to decide to Sacred Ash. That's another cool thing with this Ray deck, is you can play Sacred Ash, get all your Shaymins back after they get discarded. It's basically what you do with Trump Card before it was banned. You'd put all of the Pokemon back in your deck after they get discarded with Skyfield. And I mean, you'd put everything else back as well, but with Sacred Ash you can kind of control what's coming back. And with Bunnelby you can control what's coming back as well. So he puts back Comp and DCE. He decides to not go for the attack on my deck with the Burrow, but it's not too big a deal. Okay, so that's quite cool. I have AZ in hand, so I can just take a prize there. I think here I'm just going to go for an attack on this Rayquaza. It gives me it's another target that I can just hit down with all the bats eventually. I have a Zubat and a Crobat in hand. A Golbat and a Golbat and a Crobat in hand since I picked them both up. It's just checking all the energies on there, and this one has double colourless, and the other one has no energy. Yeah, so I just go for the Muscle Band, puts 120 on it, which actually puts him very, very close to death with some bat hits. I also have Landorus in hand, so if I can ever knock out the Mime, I could maybe snipe for the win. So I just deal 120. Hand is a little dead. The AZ was not. I mean, the AZ was quite helpful in that it did the other 30 damage to the Bunnelby, but it's not really gained me any real position. And the prize I got didn't really help either. Adam goes for a switch here, so he's keeping that Rayquaza alive. And he's got a Mega Turbo, so he can Mega Turbo to the benched one. And potentially attack with that if he has to as well, since he's got another switch. And he ends me. Well, he ends both of us to 3. I'm not sure what he's hunting for here. Maybe he's just trying to get the bats out of my hand. He does know that I've got the actually no, I only had a Golbat in hand. What am I talking about? Because I put the Crobat down. So he kills the Hawlucha, goes down to 2 prizes. And this is where it was really good that Jirachi didn't have you know, any that Jirachi wasn't still on the field. I think I pointed at the mime there because of how annoying it was. I attached the energy to the Crobat because Crobat, of course, can attack as well. I mean, you kind of want to attack the bench with it, which I can't do right now, but it's not a big deal. I'm either going for the Chorus or the Juniper here. I've got a Landorus and an N in hand, and I think I maybe want to keep the Landorus for if I clear the mime. Because a Golbat, a Crobat ability and a Landorus Hammerhead can finish off the Rayquaza on the bench if I somehow kill the mime as well. It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to kill the mime this turn. Unless I find Scoop Up Cyclone. No, even then I don't think that'll do it. Okay, wow, well I did get pretty good hand of 7 there. I think I can put the other bats down. And maybe go for the Hawlucha attack on the active this turn. I think I can, yeah, I can see how the game will be won by killing the mime on the bench and the active Ray, or even the benched Ray. So retreat, keeping the Crobat out of harm's way, and just attack with Hawlucha, which will, I believe, do 80 damage. No, it will do 100 damage. This puts it 60 away, which basically puts me 120 away from winning the game, which is very possible with the hand that I have because of Cyclone and the attack with the Crobat. So I believe I can finish the mime. I will, however, probably need Lysander. He does have Megaphone again, but the Megaphone hasn't been useful at all here. He's drawn it at the wrong time for the Focus Sash. Unfortunately, I think I had to discard a Focus Sash early on, so this Hawlucha could not have a Focus Sash attached to it. Here he choruses for 8. I'll just wait. I don't know why he's shuffling quite so much. Draws 8. Not really. I think he's hunting for switch and double colourless, really. Switch and double colourless means the Rayquaza's out of the, you know, active position, out of being threatened. And it looks like he must have not got that. I mean, he can manually retreat it because this game will be over in a few turns. So yeah, he gets the double colourless. I think he's just deciding that he has computer search. Maybe he's deciding on computer search for the switch. I don't think it's necessary, since he can just retreat, discarding the energy. That Rayquaza doesn't want to ever attack again because he will lose the game if it does. Oh, okay, it's 1 energy, beg my pardon. So yeah, he only needs to discard the grass. Then he Emerald Break kills the Hawlucha. Now this is probably the final turn of the game. So I get a Crobat, and I can place 30 damage, and I believe I have Cyclone in my hand to place another Crobat. Yeah, so this is what I was sort of planning. So I pick up this Crobat, do the other 30 damage, take 2 prizes, and I think I had Lysander in hand anyway, but this is what I was hunting for. So I can go back to do the 20, Lysander the mime up, and use the Crobat attack to finish off the game. And yeah, so that's kind of the power of this Landbats deck. It's really strong. I think it'll have some showing at Worlds. I don't know if it'll have like amazing luck. I don't know if anyone will get through with it, but I think it's a deck that it can kind of steal games from nowhere just because you place so much damage down. I think it will struggle a little bit with rough seas kind of decks because the damage you place just gets healed. It also struggles a bit with something like Kyogre, because Kyogre can snipe everything on the bench, can one-hit kill Landoruses, and yeah, I mean it's not like great for it. You can also not be too worried about the Hawluchas, because Kyogre can take many hits from the Hawluchas and heal a lot off with Rough Seas anyway. The Landbats deck, in my experience as well, actually handles Manectric even if you do run water stuff, because you can kill Manectrics in one hit quite easily with Landorus. So you trade 2 prizes for 2 prizes, and then on the EX attacker you can actually overload with bats and clear it, and you also still have Hawluchas for other EX attackers. So I think, yeah, it's a very strong deck for Worlds. Probably not on my radar of decks I'll pick, because as you saw there, I think I made several small slip-ups out of lack of practice. But yeah, everyone, thanks for watching again. Hope you enjoyed this video. I think this one is probably my favourite so far, because again, I won a game, and I think I played it okay for sort of the second game of this Landbats deck. And so I'll see you all again another time.